at the University of Auckland, we host heaps of awesome events.
And great public lectures, conferences and exhibitions.
Well, some of these events have hundreds of people attending. We see them happening all around us.
But we need to think about the careful planning and organisation that goes on behind the scenes.
Anyone putting on an event on any of our campuses can ask for expert help and advice from the event services team and the event coordination group.
And they'll both tell you that their first priority at any event is safety.
Safety, that's right, and it comes straight from the top. Our VC,
Vice-Chancellor.
that's right, he's asked to meet with us because he's got a special mission for us.
Ooh, I like missions.
Let's go check it out.
Hi, Stuart.
Hello, Nikki. How are you? Caleb, nice to see you.
So what have we got going on here?
This is the Gus Fisher Gallery. It's one of our exhibitions, so it's a great place to begin this conversation.
So we hear that you take health and safety very seriously.
We do. We have a lot of students, a lot of visitors, a lot of staff, and it's incumbent upon us to make sure that the environment we provide for our staff, our students and our visitors is healthy and safe.
How can we help? We don't know much about health and safety.
And of course that's the problem. So many people don't know the hazards that exist in the university environment. Many of them are unexpected. And it's our job to make sure that people are protected from those hazards so that they are safe while they're on campus.
So how can we make sure that an event runs safely?
Well, we put the onus for that on our events managers. Each event has a person in charge. We expect that person to make sure that all of those hazards are taken care of and that the environment we provide for them is a safe environment for them to be here while they're at the university.
Are there any kinds of procedures or processes they can
Yes, there are. There's quite a lot of policies and procedures that will help guide events managers. But of course, if you're a new events manager or if you're running an event in a different kind of environment to what you're used to, then that may be problematic.
That's understandable.
It's understandable, but it's not acceptable in terms of our health and safety operations. And so it's important for us to inform our events managers about what good practice looks like. And so your job, your mission, should you decide to accept it, to go out into the university, to interview some of our events managers and to talk to them about what constitutes good practice so that others can learn from them. And to that end, I want to give you a list of the events. There you go.
Right.
So you take that list,
Thank you.
You go off and you find out what you can, and let's help our audience to understand what good practice in health and safety looks like.
Great.
And good luck on your mission.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Hi, Linda.
Oh, hi, Nikki. Hi, Caleb.
Hi,
How are
Linda.
you?
I'm good. Tell us about this event you're managing here.
Well, we've got an exhibition opening happening tonight at Gus Fisher Gallery. We're expecting maybe 200 people to turn up. They'll be serving some wine, there'll be some nibbles, and there'll be some speeches. And in the course of the evening, I'm going to be making everybody aware of the health and safety requirements for having this event tonight at the Gus Fisher Gallery. Hey, there's Paul.
Hello, Paul. How are you?
Nice.
Hello, Paul.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Hi there.
So we hear that you're the man in the know with policies and procedures.
I am, but we really do rely on our event managers like Linda, who really know about the events and put all our health and safety procedures into place.
Well, where would a new event manager start?
That's where we need our event management manual, and all the information they require to run a safe event they will find in this manual.
And what if somebody has difficulty or specific questions?
All they need to do then is go online, email our event services team, and they will be able to answer any questions that they've got.
So what are the biggest risks at an event like this?
We normally find the biggest risk of all is always slips, trips and falls.
That's really good to know. So, Linda, you're the event manager. Tell us exactly what does an event manager do?
Well, I'm actually the person that has to make sure that health and safety requirements are followed. So it's important that every event at the university is compliant. So I have to make sure that nobody harms themselves or other people by some inadvertent action or inaction. That means that there is some potential harm caused to the people that are here tonight.
What if they're not aware of that, though?
Well, that's when we have our emergency and event briefing procedures. So at the start of every event, I run through with the team exactly what procedures we're going to follow in the event of an emergency.
And it's really important that we always consider that every single event is different. So due to the nature of the locations, the health and safety procedures will be different.
And of course there could be a really major incident. The worst thing that we can imagine is something like a fire or an earthquake that requires complete evacuation of the building. Then we would make sure that everybody evacuated the building. We have floor wardens available to shepherd everybody out and make sure they assemble in the correct area. And of course we've got to keep all the access available for the emergency vehicles to arrive at the building too.
So how How should staff react during an emergency evacuation?
Well, the most important thing is to contact emergency services. So that's 111. Or if we're inside the building, then dialing 1 for an outside line first. And then, of course, we'll contact our own Uni Services security staff on 966. And if they can, they will attend the incident or the event. Staff should get into position with their high-vis emergency jackets on, and they can don those to help people shepherd them out of the building.
All right, Paul, Linda, thank you for everything. Good luck with your event. Cheers.
You'll notice that all UniSafe security guards wear uniforms and ID badges.
And if there are any incidents, they're first aid trained as well.
Hi there. Are you here for the event?
Yes, we are.
Go ahead, but please stick to the speed limit and look out for pedestrians. Thanks.
Thank you.
So this is another event and we're guests, but if we are contractors coming to work on site, we would need to be authorised and carry ID.
Hey, Phil, how's it going?
I'm great, thanks.
Good, good.
Hi, Phil.
Hey, yep.
Hey, so tell us, Phil, what's going on here tonight?
There's a big event on here tonight for the university. It's the Engineering's Formula SAE teams launched for their new vehicle.
Oh, wow.
And there's around 150 invited guests coming, and it will run from about 6:30 for about 3 hours.
So you're the campus operations manager.
Yes, I am.
What does the campus operations manager do?
I wear many hats. I have overall responsibility for security for the university, together with the custodial services, and then behind I also am responsible for crisis management when it all goes wrong.
So, and in terms of security, Phil, what does your job entail?
For an event such as this, it's to make sure that we come along and support it, either through our in-house guard or our contracted guards. They'll come along, meet the event manager prior to, connect with them, become a point of contact, but more importantly to make sure if there are any problems that they're dealt with in a timely way and resolved to make it as successful as we possibly can for them.
Also, just before you talked about custodial services, could you break that down for us? What exactly does that mean?
I suppose it's dealing with the stuff no one really likes. It's the waste and the cleaning to make sure that the events run as smooth as possible, but also to make sure that the car parking and other support services are enabled or provisioned for the event.
Great. Awesome. Thanks,
All
Phil.
right. Bye.
Hello, Blake.
Hi.
Sorry to interrupt.
Hey, good to see you.
So you're just the man I've been looking for tonight. So, Blake, you've got this amazing event happening tonight. You're launching these little cars. What are they called?
So these are Formula SAE vehicles. They're student designed, built and raced.
So at an event like this, you're going to be serving food and beverages, i.e. alcohol. So what sort of safety measures have you put in place for this?
We've got the university's food safety guidelines. After looking through those, we sent a menu to the ECG. You can email them ecg@auckland.ac.nz. If we need, the university has deferred caterers we can choose from.
You're serving alcohol this evening. I presume you would have had to have obtained a licence for that?
Yeah, we've gone through the approvals at auckland.ac.nz and they sorted it out from there.
So what happens at an event like this if someone's had a little too much to drink?
Well, we rely on our duty manager. We trust they can do a good job. If they have issues, they go and see security, who are always helpful, and they're on call whenever we need them.
Hey, so Blake, thank you so much for your time this evening. Best of luck for your launch. Thank you very much, Blake.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Many events, such as public lectures, are pretty straightforward.
But there's still a lot to be done to ensure everyone's safety. Hi, Kirsty, Emma.
Hi, Caleb.
Hey, Kirsty, lovely to meet you.
Hi, Nikki.
So how often do we have public lecture events like this at the university?
They're probably actually our most common event. Today we have the Gleichman Awards ceremony with a distinguished international lecture and lunch, so 3 elements to this one.
So we've now learned that the role of the event manager is to help organise the event and ensure the safety of everybody at the event. It can be a lot to organise and a lot to remember. How do we go about pulling all those things together?
Essentially, we have an event management plan, and that enables us to cover absolutely everything, but also enables us to look at the risks that might occur as well.
So what kind of things are included in that plan?
We have things like budget, catering, AV needs, alcohol approval, also our cleaning and security, volunteers, all those sorts of things.
So how would you go about finding a location for an event?
Essentially, we need to make sure that we've got the right number of people for maximum capacity. I consider if it's 150 people, then I need to make sure that I have a room that seats 150 people.
Does that matter if the events are outside?
Not so much. We basically just need to make sure that we consider the weather, any wet weather conditions, and have a contingency plan.
Well, it's a great point, especially in Auckland.
Definitely. And with equipment as well, we also need to make sure that all our electronic equipment is tagged and tested. We need to make sure that you've got no trip hazards, fall hazards, that egress routes are clear, that sort of thing. And also that if we need extra event power, that we use an electrician.
What about if there is an unfortunate event?
Well, obviously we handle that to the best of our ability, whether it's personal injury or whether there's damaged property.
Hi guys.
Oh.
Hi, how you doing?
Hi Ian, lovely to meet you.
Yeah, lovely to meet you guys. Yeah, look, really good point. If you have an accident or an incident, or including a near miss at your event, it's really important that we get it reported. And it's important as an event coordinator, you report it to your supervisor, perhaps the Health, Safety and Wellbeing Service at the university as soon as possible, complete the accident incident report form, and we can all look into the investigation and any other matters we need to do.
So it looks like event managers have a lot of information to process and procedures to go over to run an event safely.
Yeah, look, good point, Caleb. I mean, the thing with health and safety in an event, because it's so dynamic, you've got to look at all the potential risks so you can plan ahead of time.
So there's a lot to remember. How do you make sure everything is covered off?
Yeah, look, a really good starting point is to understand that the university has an event management policy, event management procedures and event management guidelines. So if you have a good read of those documents as a starting point, you'll have all the bases covered for what you need for your event in the future.
And then you can get planning the actual event. You need your event plan, your floor plan and your risk management plan. Then you also need to go on to your health and safety checklist and make sure that all those hazards are catered for. And again, we have templates to help.
Yeah, look, and the checklist is really helpful. It helps you identify the risks that are involved, consider the hazards that may be posed, look at the controls that you need to put in place and who will be responsible for those controls and who's going to monitor that throughout the duration of the actual event. And at the end of the day, you also want to be able to review it and see what improvements you might need to make. So it's a really useful checklist to go through.
It's a very thorough checklist. It's very helpful.
Awesome.
Thank you.
All right.
Cheers.
Thanks very much.
Yes, that was really good, wasn't it?
Well, I think we discovered what it takes for an event manager to put on a successful and safe event.
Although there's a lot to consider, there's loads of information and templates available to help you through the process.
So go for it, and good luck with your next event.
Bye.
See ya.